สวัสดีครับผมทุกคนมาโอเคเนาะวันนี้เราจะมาเล่นสตอรี่เควสคาซูฮะถูกแล้วคาซูฮะนะครับผมแต่ก่อนอื่นเดี๋ยวผมขอทำพวก Daily Commission หรืออะไรพวกนี้ก่อนนะอุ้ยมีโหลดอะไรอีกนะครับสงสัยเขามีแก้นะครับผมโอเคมาอืม
Time to go.
นะครับเดี๋ยวทำนี้ก่อนนะครับอู้ลืมแปลว่าวันนี้เราได้อยู่อินาซุมะนะครับผมเปลี่ยนเมื่อวานเดี๋ยวผมเปลี่ยนกลับเป็นมอนสเตดดีกว่าโหลดนานมากเลยนะครับผมโอ้ my หนังสือโอเคมาเลยตรงนี้ม็อบไม่เกิดไหนๆก็อยู่นี่แล้วก็ฟาร์มซามูไรไปด้วยเลยก็ได้
Let's get down to business. As one with wind and cloud.
Things are about to get dicey.
Time to go. You'd like to know more about me, you say?
โอเคแล้วตรงนี้มีอะไรใช่ภารกิจสนีกเปล่าวะ สวัสดีครับคุณณัฐวัฒน์นะครับผมยินดีต้อนรับเข้าสู่สตรีมนะ โอ้เซเวอร์แทสลามบอลลูนภารกิจที่
Here comes the catch. Our bond is strong.
โอ้ my god แล้วผมไม่มี
Wind strategy.
Dissipate.
โอเค เก็บ expedition ก่อนนะครับ มันได้หมดนะเมื่อกี้ลืมไป โอ้โห รู้สึกว่าวันนี้เหมือนคอมผมโหลดนานกว่าครั้งที่แล้วนะครับผม ไม่รู้ทำไม เป็นเพราะเหตุใด มีใครแฮ็กคอมผมแล้วเอาไปขุดหรือเปล่า CPU 24% จะรอดไปนี่อ่ะผมปิดอย่างอื่นไปก่อนแล้วกันแท็บอื่นเผื่อจะช่วยได้ โอ้ดูไอ้ตรงจืดๆ โอเคออกมานะ What the hell Oh my god you kidding me เกมแคสเลยครับเป็นไรวันนี้ไลฟ์เมื่อวานก็ไม่เห็นจะกระตุกขนาดนี้เลยนะเกมเออสวัสดีครับคุณพัชรวัตรครับ ผมลองไทม์โนซีไม่เจอกันตั้งนานนะครับผมไม่เจอตั้งแต่เมื่อวานผมคิดถึงเหลือเกินพิมพ์ไปในแชทหน่อยนะครับว่าดีจ้าเกมผมมันแครชไปแล้วต้องมาโหลดใหม่อีก โอ้โหทำไมคุณปู่ GO โหลดช้าจังครับไอตราสุดท้ายนี่มันจะโหลดช้าสุดเสมอเลยนะไอเดนโดกับไคโอกับอิเล็กโตเนี่ยเขาโหลดเร็วๆนี่ผมปรับกราฟิกต่ำแล้วนะเนี่ย
Add at
iPad ผมมันยังเร็วกว่าคอมผมเลยตอนนี้10 โมง10 โมงงั้นรันตรงนี้6 โมง10 โมง 20 ชั่วโมงมันจะมาส่งเราตอน6 โมงเช้านะไม่ส่ง8 ชั่วโมงไปก่อนแล้วกันนะแล้วเดี๋ยวผมไปส่ง20โอ้โห time trial ทั้งคู่เลย อยู่เกาะเดียวกันด้วยป่ะเนี่ยวัดตาซึมิ อยู่เกาะเดียวกันด้วย โอ้โห เอ๊ะ เหมือนจะโหลดเร็วขึ้นหรือเปล่า โอ้ ผมแค่โคเปียมไปเอง ก็โหลดเร็วขึ้นกว่าเมื่อกี้หน่อยหนึ่งเมื่อกี้เกิดอะไรขึ้นวะ นกอยู่ลงมาก็อยู่ดีๆก็ตายเฉยครับด่าเฮล
Into the wind.
อ๋อ เป็น time trial แบบนี้ เป็นซามูไรแน่นอน เพราะไอ้เกาะเนี้ยมันมีซามูไรอย่างที่ผมมาร์กไว้อยู่
My lucky day.
Busted.
Clouds high.
The burst call
Take it easy. Going in. Let's light it up. Get with me. Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
โอ้ แค่นี้อะมันก็ง่ายเกิน เสร็จแล้วไปตรงนี้นะครับ เวลาโหลดระหว่างทีเลพอร์ตนี่นานมากเลยนะ ตึงตึงตึงตึงตึงตึงเดี๋ยว Battle Pass เดี๋ยวผมซื้อนะตอนท้ายๆเนี่ยผมปรับ Audio Setting 7อย่างเงี้ยครับผมชอบคือเพลงเกมนี้นี่มันแบบดีเสมอเป็นอะไรที่เรา take for granted ได้ดีครับเพลง BGM เกมนี้ อันนี้เป็นโอ้เหมือนเดิมผมไม่รู้ว่าจะเป็นอะไร
Wind strike. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
I'll settle this. Everybody stand back.
One with nature.
แล้วก็เวฟ ใหญ่
Gotcha.
Time to go.
ๆเฮ้ยยังไม่หมดอีกเหรอ ปกติแค่2 รอบก็พอแล้วนะ
Clouds high. The birds come.
Out of my way. Dissipate. Busted. Game's up. Time's over.
หมดสักที ครบแล้ว เสร็จแล้วเดี๋ยวผมไป ไม่สิ วันนี้ผมไม่เวิร์ดเลสซิ่งเดี๋ยวผมจะเก็บเลสซิ่งไว้ฟาร์มไอ้หนังสือคาซูฮะนะครับผม เดี๋ยวคาซูฮะต้องใช้หนังสือเหมือนกันอยู่ในหนังสือข้าวโพด วันศุกร์ซึ่งก็คือวันพรุ่งนี้นะครับผม
Time to go.
Add as
เพราะฉะนั้นเดี๋ยวผมจะไป ใช้เขาใช้เรซินตรงนี้ผมมีอยู่หนึ่งแล้วเดี๋ยวผมจะคราฟเก็บไว้พรุ่งนี้นะครับไปฟาร์มเอาไว้ฟาร์มหนังสือพิเศษเขาเก็บมาเสร็จแล้วเรามาพูอะไรตรงลัคกี้บริดจ์กันหน่อยไหมเผื่อโชคไม่ดีนะเพราะผมอยากเก็บไว้ให้ยอดมีอยากนะโอ้สีม่วงว่ะใครวะโอ้ตัวละครใหม่ครับโอ้โหนี่มันธนู The Stringless นะครับผมไม่เคยเห็นมาก่อนเลยโอ้ my god เก็บกุญแจ งั้นเดี๋ยวเราไปทำเควสคาซึฮะกันเลยนะครับผมไม่มีแล้วเนาะใช่
Time to go.
ได้เวลาเริ่มทำเควสคาซึฮะนะครับ มา Acer Plane and Purple Shadow ใช่ไหมใช่อันนี้ของอัลเบโดอันนั้นของเยลานนะครับเดี๋ยวเยลานผมอาจจะเก็บไว้ทำพรุ่งนี้หรืออาจจะทำวันหน้าไปที่บาร์เบียโกเพนนะครับผมโอคาซุฮะ
Let's get down to business. Fallen leaves, adorn my
ออก
night.
เก็บไอ้พวกนี้ตามทางไปก่อนแล้วกันไม่ดรอปอะไรเลยเหรอดูมันทำ What the hell ทำไมเขามา middle of nowhere อย่างนี้มันไม่ได้อยู่ในหมู่บ้านเลยใช่ไหมเนี่ยแบบ middle of nowhere จริงๆอยู่กลางทุ่งเลย
Since we first set foot on Inazuma.
โอ้โอเคครับได้เวลาเริ่มเควสแล้วผมเมมแล้ว
So many things have happened since then.
จริง
Yeah.
ๆไม่ได้มาเอ็นซามาแล้ว
We made some progress on our journey.
ไม่ได้มาเอ็นซาซูมาแล้ว อยากกับว่าผมไม่ได้ทำอีเวนต์ดำอันลองไฟเมื่อแต่ที่เราไม่ใช่ไหม อันนั้นมันอีเวนต์
Where should we go today?
I don't know เฮ้ย you dare approaching me random person oh what the fuck is that what the hell what
What was that for?
you can't just throw me into a boss fight again and random NPC like this
Calm down a little.
เฮ้ยหายไปไหน
Dreamwork is dreamwork.
you are just เฮ้ยทำไมมันอึดจังวะอ้าว
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all.
yes what are you vision hand decree or something vision hand decree is over boy จริงไหม
Very least you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them.
ใช่ไพบอลพูดถูก
Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
โอเค
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
โอ้โหไอ้นี่มันชื่อตามมึงคิดว่ากูเป็นขาสุดแล้วถามจริงนี่ลุมมีนะเพศก็คนละเพศโอ้โหแล้วกูแต่งตัวอย่างกับมาจากอวกาศเลยบ้าเลย
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animal vision.
according to law I carry a dull blade ฮะเราถือ dull blade แล้วอย่างกับว่ากูมีดาบวิเศษอะไอ้
That's
ป่ะ
none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
yeah you wasting my time I just come out in the middle of nowhere and you just attacking me like that oh my god อยู่ดีก็มาตีตัว
This guy's problem. Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase.
จริง กูอยู่กลางทุ่งหญ้าอยู่ดีๆมันก็มา
One
ปี
thing's for
ตัว
sure.
โอ้ my god
Why are we telling him anything about Kazuha?
couldn't agree more ไอมอน
Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him.
I'm not sure about that his sword is looking kind of like a anime main character
Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we
สวัส
should
ดีครับ
go
คุณ
to
เช
Kazuha
ชี
right
เฮ
away
ช
and
นะครับ
tell
ผ
him
ม
to watch
ยินดี
his
ครับคุณ
back.
สตรีมนะครับ Let's be on the safe side we should go fight โอ้ลูมีฮันช์เหรอ
What kind of hunch?
I mean
A
it's
special
obvious
connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
I can't say for sure
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
Okay.
Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger.
แล้วคาซุฮะเขาอยู่ไหนถาม
I
จริง
heard that the Crux
Aw.
is stepping up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
ฮะอย่าบอกนะว่าเรือมันจะมาที่ท่า We have a strange friend and friendless lord โอ้โหนึกว่าเขาจะเอาแบบไอ้เรือเดอะเอาคออ่ะแบบเทเลพอร์ตตัวทั้งเรือมาที่ท่าเลยโอ้ยอย่างนั้นมันจะเท่มากเลยนะเกนชินใจไม่ถึงว่ะ จริงด้วยมันเป็นแค่เรือลำกระจิ๋วไม่ใช่เรือเดอะเอาคอนะครับนึกว่าเขาจะเอามาทั้งลำ
Take it easy.
ไม่ใช่อันนี้มันไม่ใช่ท่าเรือน้ำลึก Hello you Ciao
Hey, hello. Do you know where Kazuha is?
I mean มาถามคนแรนดอม
You're
กัน
looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
True
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention.
โอ้
Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did.
ไม่เห็นได้อะไรไป
I've
จาก
heard bits and
ประโยค
pieces.
นั้น
Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Oh that thing Oh that thing from like 7 patch ago
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
Oh that over exaggerating story
Put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him.
เทนเดียวเหรอเขาเจอซาร่าอยา
I
ก
thought
คุย
they
อะไร
came
เหร
to
อ
arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
โอ้
Thank you.
เออ
Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Go to the Tenryo Commission headquarters อ๋อบ้านคุโจซาร่ารู้สึกเหมือนแหลกผมจะหายนะครับโหลดได้เร็วมากขึ้น โอ้ คาซุฮะ is here for you I'm here จะอยู่ดีๆก็โยนกูเข้าไปในบอสไฟอีกไหม ไม่นะ โอ้โอ้โหจะถ่ายรูปสักหน่อย
Oh, it's you.
Hello Kaidehara
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here,
โอ้สวัสดี
you're
คามา
welcome
จิ
to
ไม่
listen in
เจอ
on
กัน
the
ตั้งนาน
conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful.
You're welcome คาสุฮะจะบอก You're welcome
The almighty shogun
Oh,
has
man.
issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
Yes I have a thing for to from the Iradori Festival แต่ถ้าคนที่ไม่ได้เล่นอีเวนต์นั้นก็อาจจะไม่รู้นะครับ
In short,
แต่เรารู้
there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served
Yeah.
the shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the almighty shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class.
ถ้าจำไม่ผิดมันชื่อว่าอะไรวะไรเดนโกโคเดนนี่ผมความจำผมนี่มันดีขึ้น
But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya.
Oh
The Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
ไม่ใช่สการามูเช่เขามา
We
One
later
piano.
learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui.
Yeah.
Attributing all of the blame
By
to
the
the
Fatui.
Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just.
by the Fatui โดยมิสเตอร์สการามูเช่เขาชื่อสการามูเช่นะผมจะเรียกว่าสการามูเช่
Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the almighty shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the almighty shogun and the shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your
Ooh.
wanderings will finally come to an end.
and you'll get a free sword once more right แล้วจะได้ดาบใหม่
You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life
ใคร
in
จะไม่
Inazuma
เอาระ
City
ดับ
with
ให
the
ม่ฟรี
almighty shogun's blessing and full support of the shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
ใช่
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
ฮ่าฮ่า
Well,
ฮ่า
to some, the
So
Muso no
funny,
Itachi is
Paimon.
something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaidahara really parried the shogun's strike.
โอ้ The Muso no Hitotashi
Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaidahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
โอ้คาจูฮะ bad boy มันไม่ใช่
Doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still
ไพมอน you learn nothing from the law ถ้าเกิดเราใช้ delusion พร้อมกับ vision เนี่ยสองอย่างคู่กันนะเราจะโอเคไอ้ไพมอน เหมือนที่ชายเขาสามารถใช้ delusion electro กับ vision hydro พร้อมกันได้ครับถ้าใช้แต่ delusion เฉยๆโดยไม่มี vision น่ะเราจะแก่และตายเหมือนคนบางคนใน Archon Quest นะครับผมเทปเป้เพราะเทปเป้ไม่มีวิชั่นเพื่อมาแบบตอบตัวอีกด้านคือเราต้องมีพลังบางอย่างไม่จำเป็นต้องเป็นวิชั่นก็ได้เพื่อมาสะท้อนผลของ delusion นะครับ
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This
Yeah.
is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
yeah
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
ว่ะจะว่าไปเรามาที่นี่ทำไมวะ เราแค่จะมาคุยกับคาซูฮะเหรอใช่เราแค่จะมาคุยกับคาซูฮะเพราะเราคิดถึง
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing.
เรามาที่นี่ทำไมวะกูลืมไปแล้ว อ๋อไอ้คน
Why would
ตีเรา
such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No, this puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaidahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury.
พร้อมกับดาบวิเศษของเขา
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your
ไอ้
offer.
เวนผมว่าน่าจะหาตัวเขายากหน่อยนะครับ เพราะเขาคือ General Random NPC คนหนึ่งนี่แหละ พร้อมกับดาบวิเศษ
I will first join the traveler in investigating the one who attacked her,
Of
then
course
give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Of course why not Why don't you go yourself because of course I am the
Very well.
protagonist of this story
Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
เดี๋ยวผมไปหยิบน้ำแป๊บนึงครับ เดี๋ยวมาเพมาแล้ว เดี๋ยวเมื่อกี้แพมอนพูดว่า Let's go see what Ryuji have to say โอ้อูลาลา
Time to go.
อ๋อไอ้นักสืบตรงนี้เฮ้ยเราจะได้เจอไหโซ่ตรงนี้ป่าวะไหโซ่ไหโช Are you here by boy Hello I'm under the water
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara
โอ้
Kazuha.
และเขาก็จะบอกว่า Yes Heiso is looking for him และเขาก็จะเข้าใจผิด
Aha! So this is the renowned
ไม่
Mr.
รู้นะผมมั่ว
Kazuha.
นะ
I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information.
Oh, stalkers,
Some of
beware.
them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sangha would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions of mora?
Paimon, calm down.
Oh, wait. Even at that price, you probably still.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the... Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. But
yeah.
I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
I mean, everyone is looking for you since patch 1.6, Kazuha.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual?
Yeah, someone with a freaking magical sword.
The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
Oh, that does make sense.
What is hard to understand, Paimon?
Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or for the poor victim. This would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry. We'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever... Oh, actually, there was one
Oh,
strange incident
wow.
in the last few
You're
days.
just gonna bring
It
that up?
doesn't involve an attack, though.
Huh? You're just gonna bring that up at the last...
ฮัลโหลฮัลโหล
Hello, I'm playing Kazuha Quest.
เจอผู้หญิงคนหนึ่งอ่ะก็สวยมากเลยว่ะ
What? I'm
She's
streaming
so
นะ
beautiful ดูดิ
I'm streaming นะ Usually it's safe to look on stream.
no in Genshin she's so beautiful You see?
โอ้มึงเจอฉากนี้แล้วเหรอ
เออ
Nice
ไอ้เหี้ยเจอคาซูฮะเจอไอ้นี่เว้ย
เบโด
แคปตันเบโดโอ้โห
Let me tell you about it
กูชอบ
just in
คัดซีน
case.
นี้มากเลยอ่ะโคตรสวย
อืม
so good
Sure.
จริง
During
For
times
me.
like this, the more information we have, the better.
The better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time.
กูไม่เคยเห็นโคโคมิ
One
เลย
of
นะ
them is a pretty well-known collector.
อ๋อมันเป็น
surnamed
ทาสน้
Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Oh.
Amanoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy.
Oh, that's Anemo Sword, right? เราย้ายไปห้องนี้กันไม่
Two
Oh,
grown men going missing
screaming,
at the
come on
same
in.
time.
เออ
Their cases are
Oh,
likely
man.
connected, but I don't
That's
know
the
much in
best
the way of
cutscene.
details.
I mean it's good but it's still not
ไม่
my
เท่านี้เว้ย
favorite
ไม่เท่าอายากา ไม่เท่าอายากา
ไม่เท่าไอ้อายากะเต้นในน้ำหรอ
ยังไม่เท่า
เดี๋ยวมึงเล่นอาร์คอนเควสไปได้เดี๋ยวมันก็จะมีเควสที่ดีกว่านี้เอ้ยซีนที่ดีกว่านี้
I recall
Don
this because
Jump.
Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade.
โอ้
Perhaps he is the
เดี๋ยว
one
กู
you
ส
are
ตรีมไป
looking
ด้วยแล้วกัน
martial artist you say is it like Heizo
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither
Oh my
know this
God.
man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
เอามึงทำโซลิเควสของคาโซฮะอยู่
ใช่ใช่
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some
Sounds good. All the best.
โอเค let's go to the Anenoma อยู่ตรงนี้เราจำได้
Willpower to move mountains.
ดูดิครับท่านผู้ชม คุณลุงคนนี้เขาแบบมันดูแบบฮาจิเมะเขาแบบทำดาบทั้งวันแบบไม่หยุดหย่อนนะยืนตรงเนี้ยทั้งวันนะครับผมคลาสสิกเอเชียนอังเคิล
Ah, if it isn't Kaede Harakazu.
You two know each other?
I mean
Yes, the
course.
Kaedahara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
I see
Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori festival.
ใช่
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at
you're
a different...
basically
As an
explaining
example,
evolution
The Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of it. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan,
yes
I believe
Ishin
it's
art
called the Ishin art.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner.
bro kinda like Harry
You
Potter
are, without a doubt,
พวก
the
นี้
most
คือไอ้
worthy
เนี่ยหัวหน้า
wielder
ของ
of an
เรสเซน
Ishin
ปะ
blade. It gladdens my
Ah.
heart to see that although the
เป็นหัว
Kaedehara
หน้าของ
has
แบบ
fallen on hard
เกาะเกาะหนึ่ง
times,
อะ
its ideals and virtues
Resistance มัน
are alive
เออ
and well.
ก็ใช่แหละ หัวหน้า Resistance นั่นแหละ ประมาณนั้นแหละ
You overestimate
มึ
me.
งไปวัดตาซุมิไอ
My
แลนด์ยังไง
actions are guided by my own personal
เนี่ย
sentiments,
จะไปอยู่
not by any
What does
noble
it mean, Ivan?
aspirations on behalf of
เป็
my
นเกาะ
clan.
ที่สวยมากเดี๋ยวมึงก็ได้เห็น อ้าวมึงก็ไปมาแล้วเนี่ย
อ๋อ กูไปเปิดเทเลพอร์ตอย่างเดียว
But
Không
let's
giúp
get
ăn.
back on topic.
ไปเปิดเมนเท
The
เลพอร์
purpose
ต
of our visit
จะได้
today
แบบ
is
เท
to
เลพอร์ต
gather
ไป
some information
ไป
on
มา
your
ง่าย
missing
ขึ้น
nephew.
พี่เกียรติต้องไปนั่งเรือ
We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission. He didn't say a word
แต่
before
ก็
he
ต้องนั่ง
left,
ดีๆใช่ไหม
which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato. After that,
โอ้
the next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse. And neither of... Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon.
yes
Otherwise,
a rare
there would have been
weapon
no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's
ดาบ
never
วิ
been
เศษ
particularly interested in blade forging,
yes
but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense
Yes.
even the most minute. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told,
Can't I
we
just
have some
teleport
information
there?
that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind.
นี่มันแบบเป็น
He has
เค
never
ส
gotten into a
สำห
fight
รับแบบ
before.
เหมือนดาร์คโฮใน MCU เลยแบบใช้อาวุธ ใช้อาวุธนั้นปุ๊บแล้วแบบจิตใจจะแบบโดนคอร์รัปแล้วก็เป็นคนชั่วทันทีแบบจับอาวุธนี้แบบอาวุธนี้จะให้พลังแก่คุณ แต่ว่าคุณก็จะชั่วไปด้วยเวลาเดียวกันนะ
Is that
Freaking
so?
Devil Sword
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry, you have our word.
of course
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes, it sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
นากาโตะ Household
Hello Mr. Raspy Patch
มันมีแวร์เฮาส์ตรงนั้นด้วยเหรอวะไม่เคยเห็นมาก่อนหรือมันเป็นแค่แบบตึกโง่ๆตึกหนึ่งแล้วเขาแค่จัด
เล่นไปเลย
ป็
เล่นไปเลย
warehouse
เราก็นั่งดู
อ่ามันเป็นแค่ตึกโง่ๆตึกหนึ่งแล้วแบบทำเป็นแวร์เฮาส์เนี่ย What the hell is this warehouse It's just a home ไอ้พัซโซเกาะนั้นนะเรายังแก้ไม่ได้เลย
เฮ้ยตัวอะไรวะ
รูนเซนเทียนมันเชื่อวะใช่รูนเซนเทียนยังไม่เคยเจอ
ไม่เคยครั้งแรก
ลองไปสู้ดิ
เฮียรูนการ์ดมันทำอะไรอยู่ตรงนี้วะ
นะเก็บไอ้นั่นก่อนนะไอ้อิเล็กโตไอ้นั่นอ่ะอิเล็กโตแกนนัมอ่ะไม่ด้านซ้ายนะด้านซ้ายอ่ะอิเล็กโตแกนนัมอ่ะที่มันต้นไม้อ่ะเก็บอ่ะแล้วมันจะชาร์จไอ้นั่นเว้ยชาร์จตรงกลางอ่ะพอเต็มแล้วมันจะระเบิดเว้ย แล้วแบบทำดาเมจอย่างสูง
This blade
มันเปิดเกาะอยู่กูไม่รู้มัน
it
จะ
is
โดน
the
ป่ะ
last link I have to the land of my birth.
โด
ตู
น
มเห็นปะ
ตายเลยเหรอ
โคตรดีมึงไม่ได้เห็นแมคานิกไหม Wait where is
มึง
that
ดูนี่
come
มา
from
นี่ดิมึงมานี่ดิรูนการ์ดโง่
เดี๋ยว120เมื่อกี้มาจากไหนวะ
ๆ What
What
Hello Are you there When your game get bug I can't fight him It's not waking up
เดี๋ยวเมื่อกี้120คริสตัลมาจากไหนอะ
สวยมากครับ
The hell
ไปเมนซิตี้ดีกว่า
What ย้อนสตรีมดูก่อน
โอ้
เมื่อกี้ผมไม่ได้เติม120คริสตัลนะมีคนเติม70 บาทให้ผมเหรอ อยู่ดีๆคริสตัลก็โชว์ขึ้นมา มีคนมาเติมให้เหรอวะหรือแบบเขาเติมผิดรหัสแล้วอยู่ดีๆเข้าไอคาวกู ถ้ามีคนให้เมื่อกี้ก็ขอบคุณมากนะครับผมอยู่ดีๆก็เข้ามา
sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
มีคน power pay ใส่ไปแล้ว
My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
เมืองนี้
I'm
เป็นเมือง
afraid we don't
แบบ
have any new information at the
ก็
moment.
เป็นเมืองของกู
We're
เนี่ย
still trying to find out as much
มี
as
บั
we
บเบิ้ล
can
เยอะ
to
ขนาดนี้
inform our search.
ใช่เกาะเนี้ยเกาะโคโคมิทั้งเกาะเลย
บับเบิ้ลเยอะขนาดนี้กูรู้แล้ว
With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped
เดิ
for
นไปเดิน
Mora.
มา
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things.
You know you are an influential figure if there is a place named after you.
กูคงมีไอซ์แลนด์โอ้เปลือกเพชรเปลือกหอย
He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself.
Finally there's something
Seeing
to do
how
with fighting
enthusiastic and
โอ้โห
excited they made him, I was
สวย
happy to
นะเนี่ย
believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was
มี
fine
ไข่
when
มุ
we
กด้ว
first
ย
got married,
ไอ้วัดโอ้
but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh. What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them.
โอ้
Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance.
ว้าว
I'm happy he has a hobby and I'm willing to support him, but making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa.
And that led to an argument.
ฮะ
Actually, it
No.
didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply... The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Oh, this is not the warehouse, okay. I'm stop
I
it, I'm
see.
sorry.
Amin Omayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke
ทำไม
out at
กู
the
รู้สึกว่า
warehouse.
story quest
At
ของ
first, I
อิซุ
assumed
มะ
they
แม่ง
must have
ดี
gotten
ก
into
ว่า
an
มอน
argument
สแต
over
ป
the price.
ก็มัน
มอน
ให
ส
ม่
แตปแม่ง
ก
ไม่
ว่า
มีอะไรเลยอ่ะ
มันเสร็จมันแค่แบบเปิดทางไงต้อนรับคน
และ
ใหม่
ริวเองก็ไม่ค่อยมีอะไร นอกจากฉาก
He
เดียว
never
อ่ะ
even haggles when he's
ที่
out
แม่ง
buying
ไฟท์
groceries,
หลังจาก
so
สู้กับ
it's
ชัยอ่ะ
hard to imagine
แล้ว
him
มันจะ
getting
มี
into
ฉาก
a
หนึ่ง
fierce
ที่มึงต้อง
argument.
protect city อันนั้นน่ะดีที่สุด
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
จบอาร์คอนเควสองค์ก็ลองเล่นสตาร์ทแบบเริ่มแบบเล่นแบบพวกสตอรี่เควสของแต่ละตัวก็ได้นะ มันดีเหมือนกัน
อ่า
ดีพอๆอาร์คอนเควสเลย แค่แบบเจบลึกแต่ละ
I
ตัว
don't
แค่นั้น
know.
มี
He
voice
just
acting มีอะไรพวก
disappeared
นี้
after the
มัน
warehouse
ต้อง
burned
เก็บกุญแจ
down.
ใช่ไหมล่ะ
อืม
เก็บกุญแจแล้ว
Perhaps
ไปเปิด
he's
แต่
too
ละตั
afraid
ว
to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and as long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find it.
Thank you so much.
พัดเล่นเควสคาสึฮะจบแล้วใช่ปะ
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Sure.
What do you?
Interesting explanation.
Huh?
I was also considering this possibility.
Swordfish too.
Amenoma Yuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryo Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details, so they fled to protect their secrets. But it's a far-fetched theory. I can't imagine how they would have been able to reach an agreement. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
Go rest.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Oh shit.
We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
พัดไม่กระตุกเลยมาตอนเนี้ย
Let's keep going. Since
Wait,
if we can solve the case,
กู
both
กู
Mr.
เปลี่ยน FPS
Amenoma
จาก
and
60 ใน
Mrs.
Discord อะนะ
Nagato will
เป็
be
น
able to get some
30
closure.
น่าจะเกี่ยวที่ FPS อะ
Let's head out of the city and check out the
ใน
warehouse.
Discord อะ
There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of
Oh.
evidence.
I wanna see this warehouse. Where the fuck is this warehouse? Oh, that.
Oh.
What?
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh, this must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear.
โอ้ทำไมเพลง BGM ของหมู่บ้านไม่ขึ้น
As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
Where is it?
เอ๊ะเอ๊ะ
There's
Where is
nothing
it?
ดู
here.
ซิว่าที
It's gone now, but I can
But
still
today on
sense the
the-
direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
The Tarigami.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
อย่าบอกว่าต้องสนีกอินอ่ะอ๋อ นึกว่าจะได้ทำเควสสนีก
So
อีก
it's
แล้
an
ว
underground warehouse.
Ooh, underground
The force
warehouse.
is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
จริง
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters. But most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking.
True. I just fight a god in Liyue.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary. Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump
What
out
was
at us.
scary, Paimon? We just fought a god. And it's a sunny day. Nothing could have
All
happened,
we can do
Paimon.
now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy's source
Except
left
something
this
is behind
place.
that bush.
Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Let's
Yes,
hurry.
let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami... Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you.
What the hell is this? Dark mist. I smell something. It smell good. อุ้ยชอบเอฟเฟกต์ใหม่ว่ะ ไม่ต้องใช้ Elemental Vision นะก็เห็น Oh my god, Traveler is turning into a god. What? Oh.
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
Oh.
Quite possibly.
Oh wow, it's area searching time.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls. They're
What?
acting really strangely.
Oh.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Bust exhausted.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Lightning purified! Dissipate!
It's...
Ooh, look at this red stuff.
วงแหวนกูกี่ก็ยังอยู่เลย
What is it?
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
เดี๋ยวแพมมันก็พูดให้ฟัง
According to this letter, a
เดี๋ยวการทางก็พูดให้
because
ฟัง
Ame no Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
What is dead
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here. Yes, right now we need to uncover some more important truth. If Ame no Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him,
Right, so let's get moving.
I wouldn't be surprised if he too fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
ได้ของยังไม่ได้ของอีกเหรอ Ooh, look at that convenient airing โอ้ โอ้
Follow the wind.
Ooh, a boat.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time. Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
โอ้ มาแล้ว
Haidehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Yuya, but what if instead of facing Ame no Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Oh, you have some history with this freaking cursed blade.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light.
Oh, Paimon, you don't notice that the same time the first time we saw this.
Whoa, surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity.
basically a cursed object.
The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather, as a means to occupy Amenoma Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaidahara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
Stop forging the blade.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
ใช่
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own.
Wow.
In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
Oh yeah.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
Yeah.
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take... After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya.
What?
I began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Wow.
So Amenoma Yuya was not your... Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you finish...
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired or injured or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun.
มึงจะฆ่าไรเดนโชกุนด้วยนะ
Kaidahara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Oh, fighting time.
Our bond is strong.
Wind Strider!
Game's up. Fun's over.
What?
I'm going in.
Join me and sever that divine light!
Oh.
Quietly now. Let's light it up.
Shall rewrite history!
Dissipate. Here comes the cash. Busted.
Oh, you are just too weak.
Not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Then we'll smash you into
The end
pieces.
result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure by any means necessary and any medium available. I shall return and fulfill my destiny.
โอ้โห This is why actor is เขากำลังอินกับบทบาทมาก
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled...
Really? You can tell.
As I've mentioned before, the forms of since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the... If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only...
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner, now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Oh yeah.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost.
Oh my
You
god,
realized
such
your
inspiring
limitations long
words.
ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
Ooh, turning your back.
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you are...
And you should face reality.
Wake up, bro.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
Wow.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet. and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to accept his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshuka.
โอ้เราต้องสู้คาซูฮะปะ
And
เนี่ย
as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet.
Oh my god.
The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We
Wow.
have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish now.
โอ้โอ้และคาซูฮะก็ตาสีม่วง
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash it. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the... Since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
Ah,
ว้าว
right.
What about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is...
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a... Okay,
อาจจะได้ลองดาบใหม่ปะเนี่ย Why is that
อ่าไอ้ตรงนู้นน่ะนะ
หันซ้ายหันซ้าย
อ๋อไอ้นั่นนะ
พัดโอมจะเจอคนนั้นแล้วอ่ะ
ไม่เรากำลังจะพูดถึงว่าร่องนี้มันเกิดได้ยังไง
into the
โอม
wind.
จะตายแล้วเนี่ย
โอมกำลังจะเจอคนนั้นแล้วเหรอ
โอมจะตายแล้วเนี่ย
อ๋อน้ำไม่พิษเหรอ
เออ
มันคือน้ำไฟฟ้าเว้ย เพราะว่าตรงร่องเนี้ยมันคือร่องที่ไรเดนเปิดไอ้นี่ เปิดพลังตอนนี้มันเก่งๆอะ
อ๋อถึงว่าเราไม่ตรงนี้มาอยู่ตอนนั้นผมแล้วผมมาทำไอ้เนี่ยชาเลนจ์ตรงเนี้ย
เห็นปะล่ะเห็น
เหมือน
ร่องป่ะเห็
อาน
ร่อง
ทิต
ป่ะ
ย์เนี่ยแล้วก็เห็นไอ้เนี่ยมา
กดแมปตัวดีโอม
พัด
ฮะ
โอมจะเจอคนนั้นแล้วเหรอ
ยัง
ยังใช่ไหม
เด็กไก่
เอยเด็กเตี้ยนะ
ยังไม่เจอยังไม่เจอยังไม่
อ๋อโอเคงั้นเราเล่นคาสอาต่อเลยมา มันน่าจะมีคาซูฮะให้ลอง ถ้ามันมีคาซูฮะให้ลองเราก็จะไม่เอาคาซูฮะไปเพราะเขามีคาซูฮะให้ลองฟรีเราจะเอาไปทำไม เอาเนี่ย2 คนนี้ไปฟรีดคอมแล้วกัน
As per our contract.
นะแม่งสุดท้ายมันก็บังคับให้กูใช้คำสุภาพเดี๋ยวผมขออัพสติงเลสของการอยู่ก่อนนะ เมื่อกี้ได้ตัวละครใหม่มา นี่ โอ้โห 42%ผมเอาการอยู่มาได้เป็นเบิร์ดซัพพอร์ตนะทุกคน
Leave everything on this journey to me.
เมื่อกี้ผมสโวปไป โอ้ Hello boys
As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวเมื่อกี้เราได้ใช้ดาบ อ๋อเราไม่น่าใช้ดาบพิเศษ
Without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my... Let's keep going.
นี่เดี๋ยวนี่ได้เคิร์สเบดมาใช่ไหมเฮ้ย จริงด้วยได้ Price Action Bait มาใช้จริงด้วยครับทุกคน โอ้โห เดี๋ยวเราจะได้หลังเควสนี้ไหมเนี่ย โอ้ my god No best of Bride คาซึฮะโอเค ให้ 4-3 หมด เดี๋ยวพลาดของอะไรบ้างเนี่ยขอดูก่อน
Time to go.
No it's not time to go คาซึฮะ it's time to loot แล้วมันก็ just convenience that they have a torch here so that us can
It's fine. Say no more.
พวกนี้มันวิ่งเล่นกันเยอะใช่ไหม
Clouds high. The birds call.
นี่มันเอาศัตรูมาเยอะเพื่อให้คาสุหาซาเวลเพื่อความสนุกอย่างเดียวเลยนะ
To the wind.
ได้ดาบวิเศษ
Something's up with the blade.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to
certainly.
wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps
But what would that do to Amanumi?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up. He's still trying to achieve.
Door of Resurrection ตรงไหนวะผมโหกะจะไปเช็คกล่องหน่อยลืมไปเลย
Time to go. Wind Strider.
No กล้อง No กล้อง
Time fallen leaves, adorn my night! Wind strategy!
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken.
Oh.
It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup, we can help.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
What? Oh, fillet blade. Okay. Your own blade is a fillet blade, Kazuha. Okay, I understand.
Let's get down to business. Wind strategy. Clouds high. The birds call.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper
น่าจะเป็นเพราะอยู่
maintenance,
ไอซ์แลนด์นี้เยอะเกินไป
I can only disguise my true. Yours is the blade that took on the
โอ้โห
Muso
ถึง
no
ตรงนี้แล้ว
Hitachi. And what a magnificent blade it
ตอนนั้น
is.
เราวิกกี้ถึงตอนวันนั้นผมเริ่มขาว
I
แล้ว
shall never
no,
reach
no,
that
here,
level
here.
of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
fillet blade.
แสดงว่าใช่ละ
Forging and maintenance are both
Hey, dude,
important
don't
for a
laugh.
blade, but they are not.
Oh,
And this
really?
blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it,
อ๋อฮิวให้แล้ว
skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to
Gone.
possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami as a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was
ตอนนี้ชอบใครมากก
I
ว่ากันโม
sensed
โคมิ
it,
หรือ
but
ไร
I
เดน
couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my
โอ
consciousness.
เคกลับมาละอ่ะ
ตอนนี้ชอบใคร
I
มากกว่ากันโม
resisted
โคมิห
its
รือไรเดน
temptations because I wanted to save
Um,
Amenemia.
อายากะ
But I do not know whether you yourself
Oh.
have any intention of trying
ชอบ
to
อา
fight
ยา
it.
กะมากกว่า
I feel
ตอน
a
เนี้ย
great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on
อายา
this
กะมัน
journey,
เมตานี่
you lost the
โมโคมิก็
only
เมตา
person who could have
ฟิลเลอร์ที่
ever
เก่งที่สุด
unleashed your true potential.
โม
And
โคมิ
yet
ก็
there was
สวย
no
นะ
way for you to turn your
ไรเดน
back
ก็
on
เม
me.
ตาวะ
ไรเดนไม่ชอบโลก
ไม่โอมต้อง
ไม่ดี
เล่นเควสไรเดนโชกุนไว้แล้วโอมจะชอบเลย ใช่ไหมพาร์ท
เออ
จะเล่นอาร์คอนเควสให้จบก่อนแล้วไปเล่นไอเควสไรเดนโชกุนก็ได้ มันคือแบบการ
ไม่น่าได้อ่ะ เพราะมันต้องถึง adventure rank
มันคือ
It
คน
is the
ที่
true
สุดยอด
source
มาก
of
เลย
your
นะ
เอ
despair.
อ
นี่คือแบบโอ้โหอะไรวะน่ะ
He gave me
ไอ้เหี้ย
everything.
โคตรกลัว
My life,
ไอ้อะเราเล่น
my
บอก
form,
เลย
my consciousness. How could I possibly deny him
ข
his
นาดตอน
wish?
นั้นที่เราเล่นเราเวล50เราเวล60
I
ไม่
said to
เรา
him,
เอาไว้เชลเล้ง
Do
50
not
กว่ากัน
worry.
แล้วนะนิ
From
กกี้
here
เนาะ
on, I shall forge your legacy.
แม่งยังแบบยากเลย
How could I go
oh
back?
dear
I believe our bet
No,
is
I
now
don't know.
settled. I have not.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
yes
He now
Cross
has
channel.
neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's
โอ้
หนึ่งในนั้นที่เป็น
Chess
รีลูชั่นสังเกตมาว่ามีใครป่วยบ้าง
happy
Om is figuring out the truth of this world
yes he has delusion take that delusion out of him
มันกำลังจะถึงจุดนั้นแล้วใช่ไหมเขานั่งอยู่
ใช่
อ้าวโอมจะได้เห็นความเจ็บปวดของโลกใบนี้
โอเค
take that delusion out of him I'm coming to help you no I should take Babala with me she can help you ต้องแบบนี้เว้ย
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was
I'm here to help
transported
you.
to a strange dimension.
where are you
It was a bladesmith lay
Bra bra
behind me.
C6
ไม่กลับไป
His
ก่อนก
frail
ลับไปก่อน
face
กลับไป
barely
ก่อนกลับไป
visible
ก่อน
under the
กลับไปก่อน
moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end.
โอ้ว้าวแล้วทำไมเพลงมันต้องแบบเล่นตอนนี้
A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final word.
Wow. That was the blade.
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey.
ว้าว
But he never wished to rival the gods.
เพลงกลับมาแล้วครับ
All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith.
So that's what. After that, the blacksmith's intent.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original. Yes, time would not wait or stop because of his determination.
เฮ้ยแล้วเขาจะให้แบบ
While the world moved
ให้
on,
เบรดเราเพื่อ
his
เราเป็นมาส
ambition
เตอร์ของ
rate
เบรด
seems to have calmed down, though.
พี่เป้กำลังจะ
นี่มันสัญลักษณ์อะไรวะเนี่ยไฟจริงโอ้ไฟปลอมเนี่ยไฟปลอม
No
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday.
นี่มันเพลงอะไรเนี่ยทำไมมันเพราะจังเลย
I
ไม่
once
เคยได้ยิน
told
เลย
him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya.
yes
stuck
อะไร
I'm
อ่ะ
stuck โอเค
โอมกำลังจะได้เจอคนสำคัญอีกคนนึงแล้วนิกกี้
I still
Hello.
cannot bring myself
Con
to
nana,
forsake
ai
his
tia.
ambition.
โอเคโอเค
It is the entire purpose for my existence. So,
ไอคนที่
may
หน้า
I ask?
ไอคนที่เป็นคนนั้นอ่ะ
Adding yours into the mix
พอแล้วเพราะรู้แล้ว
too.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some.
His attitude. What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all.
โอ้
When I, alas, nor have I ever. My fights were devoted. You.
Oh,
มันบัก
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. You must have plenty of reasons to both.
understood. Then let's start by waking him up.
I see. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed
Okay.
true to your agreement, if a duel can help to set this state of, I do not wish to be in.
There's no need to worry.
Thanks for your help.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for.
Ooh, I do, you say.
yes
โอ้เนี่ยเราต้องดีลกันในชายหาด
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down.
Okay, let's
Even
go.
yet still.
I'll fight to
Even
the
if he's-
end
Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin art, Kaidahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenoma Yuya.
shut up
Honored to
Paimon
cross blades with you.
I don't need your opinion
เราดีลแล้วอ่ะพัน
It is my honor also.
เราได้ดีลกับอันเนปอเมโนมายูยาแล้วเดี๋ยวเขาให้ดาบอะไรมา Price Ishin Blade โอ้
where's the fucking
เขาคือคน
factory
ที่
I'll
โดน
destroy
เขาคือคนที่โดนดาบไอ้นี่ไม่ดาบ
What the hell is
Oh,
technique is
damn.
oh
Time to go.
เพราะว่าเดี๋ยวเราไปปลดล็อกไปก่อน
Wind Strider.
โอ้ยแย่อ๋อสวยแล้วสวยแล้วเพื่อน
โอ้โห
สวยแล้วปิงหายเซิร์ฟหลุด
Wind Strider.
โอเคกลับมาละ
Adorn my night.
ทำไมเขาหาเขาเลือดเยอะจังวะ
เฮ้ยปิงมันดีขึ้นว่ะ254เมื่อวันนี้270
แอนปะ
Thank you, for although he
for the
appears battered and broken,
resolution
in your
มัน
hands
จะ
it
เป็น
seems
สถาน
a
ที่ที่
sense
แบบ
of
ลึกลับมาก
savage
โอ้
cruel.
You also
Kind of
fought well. There are a few things that I shall leave him.
I
พื้น
must
ที่เล็ก
apologize
ๆ
to
เป็น
you
แบบหลุ
for
มอะ
all.
You need not seek my
Oh,
forgiveness.
I don't want
I do
problem
not
with them.
wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha.
What ทำไมเรากดไม่ได้
Beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kai.
Thank you, successor of Amenom.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the up. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go?
I am not sure.
โอ้เราได้ดาบฟรี
I
หรือ
think
เปล่า
that all this
เราจะได้ดาบฟรีหรือเปล่า
ฟูสโล
ในนี้ก็จะได้เห็นฉากที่ดีที่สุดเกือบจะเป็นที่ดีที่สุดเลยนะ ไม่ใช่ดีที่สุดหรอกหยอกเล่นมันจะเป็นฉากที่ดีมาก
คัดซีน
ไม่
ใช่ไหม
ไม่
คัดซีนที่ดีมาก
งั้นเราดิฟเฟนก่อนนะ มันใกล้เสร็จแล้วใช่ไหม โอเค แล้วคัดซีนอะไร
It's Yuya.
I am sorry to have troubled you.
A prized Ishin blade. But I have some good news as well.
Really?
Yes. Badly wounded. And now that Yuya...
I think I know what you want.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your...
Yes.
โอ้
He said he wants to take control of me for.
What? No way!
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't. I have decided.
You... But...
I trust
I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready.
โอ้ คัดซีนได้ดาบฟรีหรือเปล่า
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable.
โอ้
But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything. You mean.
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness.
อืมว้าว โอ้
There's nothing that I can accomplish
ดาบ
now.
ใหม่ โอ้
There's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish.
โอ้
Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
เกือบร้องไห้แล้วตัว
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the vision hunt to your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspired after everything I've seen. Perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Thank you.
Shouldn't we also go update?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about, and it's also time to give him a response to the
โอ้ที่หน้า The Statue อะไรจำชื่อ Statue ไม่ได้
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse.
Wow, you sure kept your...
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin.
ทำไมต้องเก่ง
A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kazuha clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great.
Where will you travel to?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination,
ซูเมรุ
let's see where the wind takes me.
โอเค จบ เรียบร้อย ได้ดาบปะ yes ได้ดาบด้วย เดี๋ยวติดให้เบนเนี่ย refinement 1 แบบติดดาวเพราะว่ามันไม่สามารถ refine ได้นะเป็นดาบ จากเฟสโดยตรง โอเคเควสคาซุฮะก็จบไปแล้วนะครับ ขอบคุณที่ดูนะครับผมเดี๋ยวผมก็จะดูต่อเพื่อนนี่แหละครับเดี๋ยวผมยังไม่หยุดสตรีมโอเคเราจบเควสคัตสึฮะนะครับ
เป็นไงคัตซีนดีปะ
ดีได้ดาบฟรีด้วยดาบมันรีไฟ
ขายเลยไหม
เกือบรีไฟเมนต์แค่1เองเหรอคือแบบเต็มแล้วใช่ไหมเป็นโหจะถ้าเราเผลอเอาดาบนี้ไปใส่ให้ตัวอื่นนี่แบบตายเลยนะตัวเองไม่ได้เลยเดี๋ยวค่อยอัพดูดีว่าโอมได้ฉากนั้นยังจะถึงแล้วเนี่ยว่า
With sword comes shadow. Dodge this. Leave it up to me.
โอ้ not again I'm sorry to
การ
say
เล่น
not again
I'll be fine.
เล่นโนเอลชาร์จแอตแทกมันไม่ได้ดีขนาดนั้นเลยจริง
ก็ดีนะ
โนเอล
โอเค
ค่า
อะ
ปกติดีกว่า
ถ้าปกติ
อ๋อจริงเหรอ
ดีกว่าดาเมจมันสูงกว่าตีปกติส่วนเคยฉิงอะมันต้องชาร์จแอตแทกเว้ยมันเป็นสลับ
ต่ำกว่า
เอโมก่อนเอโมใช้แท็กจะต่ำกว่าเฮ้ย ไอ้เหี้ยตลกโคตรเท่
เยโดชาร์จเคยฉิงอะต้องชาร์จแอตแทกเว้ย
I must leave no stone unturned.
เพราะเคยฉิงมันชาร์จแอตแทกสเกลนี่สูงใช้
ดูดเลือดไม่ได้อะ
ใช้คายักดิมันมีโล่อยู่ไง
ถ้าจะดูดเลือดต้องมีโล่แล้วก็ต้องเฉลิมอันติเว้ย
ดูดได้ไงวะแฮกกิ้งไอ้เหี้ย
ต้องใช้คายะละลายอันติไปเลย นั่นแล้วไปยืนใกล้ๆมันที่มันละลายโล่ชาร์จแอตแทก
ไม่โล่น้ำแข็งอันนี้มันไม่ละลายด้วยน้ำแข็งเว้ยมันละลายด้วยน้ำอย่างเดียว
ไม่แต่น้ำแข็งมันก็ละลายได้
อะไรด้วยน้ำอย่างเดียว
มันก็นิดนึงไงแต่โอไม่มีน้ำอะตอนเนี้ย
นี่ไงเห็นไหมโอมตีแค่ทีเดียวอ่ะมันก็ฮีลแล้วต้องชาร์จเลย
เอาว่านะเอาเครื่องชิงมาตีดีกว่าจอเกาะ ทะลุเกาะได้
อันนี้ก็ถึงไปเลย
ทะลุเกาะได้จบละ เก็บไปแล้วนี่น่าจะเอาบาร์เบล่ามา
ไม่เข้ามันมีประตูพังประตูเข้าไป
ฮัลโหลไม่กูจะขึ้นอ๋อไม่มี
So, is this what delusions are made from? So much
โอ้
crystal.
ไอ้เหี้ยอีกแล้วเหรอ
Now, where have we seen that before?
ฆ่าตัวไฟก่อนเลยฆ่าตัวไฟก่อนเลย
Are they getting this from Rito? So the Conjure Commission are... Nice and spicy.
อันโน้นเปิดอันตีเลย
I must leave no stone unturned.
แล้วก็ฟันปึ๊กไม่ต้องหมุนโอ้ยตาย
ไอ้เหี้ยเยอะเกิน ตัวนี้ด้วยเหรอ
ฆ่าตัวไฟก่อนโอมมันจะเป็นตัวที่ฆ่ายากที่สุดตอนนี้โอมนะเพราะน้ำแข็งมันฆ่าง่ายไม่เทฟ้ามันเอาน้ำแข็งฟาดได้
วิ่ง
Honor to serve.
ไอ้นั่นมันชานั้นอยู่ต้องวิ่งอย่างเดียว
ไฟฆ่าไม่ได้
มันค่าตัวไฟค่าตัวปืนอ่ะ
ไฟฆ่าไม่ได้แล้วเปลืองเวลาฆ่าไฟตอนเนี้ย มันมีก่อนแล้วเห็นปะฆ่ายากแล้ว
เอ้ยใครอ่ะอันนี้คือใครอ่ะ
ฮะเนี่ย
คือใครนะ
คือคนที่เราเจอในเกนชิน
Nice and spicy.
หนีอย่างเดียวเหรอ
ว ได้ดาบอีชินมาแล้วอ่ะอย่างสวยเลย
Right.
ไม่อ้อยกดตัวผิด
At the frying pan, into the fire.
Over here. You really know how to get me going.
อมระวังมันจะช็อตโอมตายระวังเห็นละโอเคมันตามเหรอ
Race you. You're toast. Nice and spicy.
เอ้ยเดี่ยงแล้ว
This doesn't look good.
No.
โนเอาบาบาร่ามาแทนโนเอลก็ได้นะผม
บาบาร่ามาดีกว่า
คิวได้
รัว
ใช่เอาบาบาร่ามาแทนโนเอลดีกว่าแค่นั้นเราว่าได้แล้ว
ๆต้องเดินไปอีกก่อนน่าจะไอ้นี่เทเลพอร์ตไว้นะไอ้นี่มันก็เทเลพอร์ตได้นี่ sending email
โอ้ดาบอย่างสวยเลยอ่ะนี่มันเป็นดาบจากเควสอันแรกใช่ไหมพัด
ใช่
ที่มันแบบรีไฟน์เลนแค่อันเดียวเป็นแบบหนึ่งในปัตตภียุทธภพไม่มีใครมีอีกแล้วแล้วทำไมต้อง4 ดาวทำไมเขาไม่ทำดาบอันนี้ให้เป็น5 ดาว6 ดาวก็ได้นะเพราะความเอ็กซ์คลูซีฟของมัน
I will deal with any urgent outdoor business.
เสียงตีมันเราชอบมากเลยแบบพวงเอาสกิลมันเปิดอะเราไปตี
Someone
เลย
needs assistance.
เอาบาร์บมันนะบาร์บรา
เอาบาบาร่ามานะโอม
เดี๋ยวเรากลับมานะแบบ
เลยไม่ต้องไม่ใช่
เฮ้ยคายะนี่แหละ
ต้องการคายะเก็บไว้ใช่
แค่เปลี่ยนโนเอลเป็นบาร์บ้าแค่นั้นแหละพอเพราะโนเอลมันทำรีแอคชั่นอะไรไม่ได้เลยเว้ยในโดเมนนะ
ใช่แต่อยู่ที่ว่าโอมจะรอดหรือเปล่าถ้าไม่มีเกาะเราไว้โอม บาบาร่าอยู่ได้ไม่เป็นไรหรอก
just dodge เดี๋ยวมา
ไม่เราไม่ปลดล็อกไอ้นั่นก่อน
เดี๋ยวผมมานะทุกคนแป๊บหนึ่งดูเพื่อผมเล่นไปก่อนนะ
ต้องกลับมาอีกออน
Speed of light. Hey.
ล็อกไม่ได้ครับไม่ให้มันล็อกไม่ได้วะ
At the frying pan, into the fire.
อ๋อทั้งมันจะรู้แล้วทำไมตั้งเน็ต
Boba, get them. Wish me luck.
แล้วโอมมีแปลนที่จะแบบย้ายมาเล่นเซิร์ฟเอเชียบ้างไหม
ขี้เกียจปั่นนะต้องไปปั่นนะ
If there's nothing better to do, we could go for.
เอาเลยแล้วกัน
Don't blink. Hup.
เฮียวีโก
Incoming.
What's the hurry?
Out of the frying pan into the fire. Don't blink. Nowhere to hide.
เอาเรือคิวจอยเล่นกันเลยกันสิกัน
Speed of light.
นายทำอะไรอ่ะโอ้ยนายทำอะไรอ่ะไอเฮียทำอะไรมันไม่ได้ทำเฮีย
ผมเอาน้ำไปแตะไอ้ตัวนั้นเลยเปิด
Help protect us.
This would be frozen.
มันมาลากเดี๋ยวตาย
Ready, steady, go.
แหละที่ตัวไฟให้มัน
โอ้โดนละ
ให้มันนั่นแหละสุดยอดดีมาก
Cut to the chase.
ที่ตัวไฟก่อนเดี๋ยวมันเกาะเพื่อนอีก
What's the hurry?
Go, Barbara, go.
โอ้โหแล้วมันทำไมอ๋อ
Let the show begin.
เกาะไปเลยแล้วก็มาตีเชียงเหลง
Don't blink.
โอ้โหมานี่
Nice and spicy. Incoming.
ใช้น้ำเจแล้วก็ใช้น้ำแตะมันได้ออกมันได้แบบเพื่อไหลนั่นแหละ
Go, Barbara, go.
อีกแล้วนะโอมทำอย่างนั้นอีกแล้วนะ
Dance.
คุณเลือด
โอ้
ตายแล้ว
มาแล้ว
มันตายแล้ว
ไปเก็บของก่อน
โอเคครับท่านผู้ชมสำหรับสตรีมวันนี้ผมขอ ยังไม่ลาไปก่อนนะครับผมเปลี่ยนใจแล้วเดี๋ยวดูต่อวัด
ฮัลโหล
โฮม
ตีนยัง
ได้ยินแล้วเมื่อกี้มันค้างเลยอ่ะ
โอเคมาแล้ว
เน็ตอ่ะนึงนะขอแป๊บเดียว
เดี๋ยวขอกินข้าวไปด้วยแล้วกันนะครับทุกคนเดี๋ยววันนี้ขอลาไปก่อนก็แล้วกันนะครับ ก็เควสคาซูฮะสำหรับผมถือว่าโอเคเลยนะคัสซีนดีมากแล้วได้ดาบ1ในปัตตภีนะครับเขาน่าจะทำดาบนี้เป็นแบบ6 ดาวนะเพราะว่ามันแบบมันเอ็กซ์คลูซีฟอะเหมือนธนูเอลอยอะคือมันควรจะเป็นเอ็กซ์คลูซีฟไอเทม เนาะโอเคนั่นแหละเอา